Hello, friends, and welcome to your Shadow Play Sunday special reading. Today's reading is a little collective reading where we are going to be looking into what is the energy of this upcoming week ahead and what can you expect. Friends, this is a collective reading, but at the end of the reading, just to give you a little extra personalized message, I am going to run through the zodiac and just give you guys an extra bit of information as to what this upcoming week could be about for you. So if you want to stick around and check your placements, I will be timestamping that down below as well. But besides that, my babies, let's dive in. I hope you're all doing well. And then you guys know I will be back with regular content Monday through Friday, our regular pick a card readings. But I did want to kind of try something new and yeah, see what this would feel like for a few weeks. All right, my babies, let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my collective. All right, anyone that tunes into this reading this upcoming week ahead, babies, you guys know most of my readings are timeless except for these. The thumbnail will have the dates that this applies to, as well as the title of the reading. So, all right, with that being said, let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit. What does this upcoming week ahead have in store for the collective? What's going to be going on in this upcoming week ahead? What's the energy for anyone? We're losing cards over here. What's the energy this upcoming week ahead for the collective? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my collective this upcoming week ahead. All right, there's something changing, or you guys are going to reach a deadline. The Devil reverse. Okay, so it seems like you guys are accomplishing something. If you guys were stressed out, or if last week was just out of control, you know, work, school, routine, or just you're trying to break out of some kind of habit, maybe you're like, you know what, I can't be doing that anymore. It feels like this is these upcoming days, you're going to be able to bring some kind of cycle to a close. King of Swords, you're going to get out of your head. So if this is something that really was having you feeling mentally trapped or stuck, it feels like that's what's coming to an end, or there's some kind of relief. If you guys have a tight deadline at work or school, or maybe you're not even, you know, going into the week, you don't know this yet, but maybe midweek something comes up, this is showing that there is going to be a cycle that is changing. Let's see what else. This does feel like transformation. So whatever, if you've been feeling stagnant or if you've been waiting for a situation to come to a close, I feel like this is what it's talking about. Others of you are actually choosing to ignore. Yeah, this feels like you're choosing to ignore something, but it's almost like for your own good. This could be things that are going on outside of you. This is giving the energy of, you know, the things that I see on the news. Like I have to just ignore them or put them on the back burner because it just gives me to anxiety, and then it starts to affect how I show up in my everyday life. So it could be like purposely disconnecting like that. Now, others of you going back to the work deadline thing, or you guys just having to kind of make things happen, it does seem like the demands that are being put on you or what's being asked of you, it's like you might be lacking resources. This could also be feeling those of you that were feeling down, like health wise, like sick, you had a cold or allergies, or, you know, something was going on, something was triggered. It seems like there's some kind of change coming to that as well. What else, please? What's the energy in this upcoming week ahead for the collective? We have the Hermit. Yeah, you're keeping to yourself or you're reflecting on these things. There is this energy here of being more, I don't want to say thoughtful, but maybe it's like reflective, what I'm feeling. Because I'm not meaning it like thoughtful, like you're not thoughtful towards other people, but it does feel like you're kind of just keeping things to yourself, or just kind of really, you know, maybe you're even getting something done by yourself if this is that lack of resources that we were picking up on. Now, others of you could be feeling a little lonely, or you're feeling like you're a little bit on the outside, or you feel maybe you wish there was more you could do. Again, for those of you that this is about things outside of yourself that might be kind of affecting you. So it could be that you're just kind of reflecting on that. All right, we have Queen of Wands. So this change could involve another person. It doesn't have to. That Queen of Wands could also be representing you, where this shift is coming or it's happening and you feel it. You feel more like yourself. You might be feeling more revitalized or creative or passionate or driven, independent, assertive, you know, all those things. Or if it's someone that you're dealing with, you know, this, like I said, the energy could be tied into them somehow, whether they're helping you or in your energy, or, that, like I said, for some of you, this could even be like your job that's coming up. If that's the case, though, I feel like you're approaching this very confidently. I mean, regardless, I feel like the week is starting off very confident, but there are things that are going to come up and you're going to reflect. You're also focusing on not trying to repeat some kind of cycle. I do see that you are trying to be better with your boundaries, or you're trying to make better health decisions or financial decisions, or you're trying to maybe balance. Maybe it's work life, or it's like if you were overdoing something. Or for some of you, again, if you guys were feeling sick, it's like, well, that's the thing you're kind of getting over, the recovery that's happening. All right, you are maintaining positive this week. You are breaking out of something that just was not feeling good, or it wasn't going the way that you wanted it to. The actual circumstances have not changed this week, but what is changing is your energy, your vitality, your perspective, and your awareness. Because again, it seems like you are actively trying not to fall into some kind of pattern or behavior, devil energy, right? Shadowy energy, overdoing it in some kind of way. Maybe it's overconsumption of something, snacks, things to drink, even if it's not even if it's not alcohol, it could be like, damn, I've been drinking too many sugary drinks, like, and I feel it, or, it could be things like that. It doesn't have to be so serious or like big major life things. I mean, even though it could be. All right, why judgment reverse? Thank you, Spirit. Someone might be popping in and you're just maybe your best course of action is to let something go. That's not coming from me. That feels like it's coming from the energy coming through in the reading. So if that doesn't feel like you, then it's not. But it does feel like there's an empowerment here that's coming through on your side. Four of Wands in reverse, judgment reverse. So you are, again, there's a feeling here of I have to ignore what's going on around me, or I just cannot deal with this right now, or it's just not the best approach. This is very internal energy. The outside feels the same, but the inside is what feels better this week. And it, like I said, I'm going to underline again that there's a sense of like reclaiming your power to some degree, or the vitality, the energy. It just feels better. Tell me why the Five of Pentacles, even though all is, not not as stable maybe as you'd want it to be, or, like I said, circumstances haven't necessarily changed that much. All right, we have Knight of Wands in reverse with the Five of Pentacles. There's either, like I said, a lack of resources, or something here just isn't often enough, or it's not really kind of taking off. So maybe you're kind of reflecting on that. Maybe you're kind of wondering, like, I need more excitement in my life, or certain things in my life. If it's a certain person, it's like, well, nothing's kind of changed with them other than maybe how you're feeling in the situation. And you're like, you know what? I am taking the higher road, or I'm not going to fall into some kind of toxic pattern. And you could be thinking like, well, this person can react or do whatever they want, but I know how I'm showing up. Again, it almost seems like acceptance. And in doing so, it does, it helps. I think it helps you. All right. Why the King of Swords in reverse with the World reverse? We have Knight of Swords in reverse. So someone could be holding back, whether it's communication or information, or just maybe, maybe you feel like someone held information, if it's like work related, where you're like, oh, this always happens, but you're not kind of falling into it. Why judgment reverse with the Four of Wands? Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're feeling better. This does make you, it does feel like renewal this week, where you're like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna look over there. I'm not gonna think about that right now. And it's not, I do want to say, guys, this isn't coming through as avoidance. It literally feels like you're just like, this is for the best. All right, why the Hermit? The Star. Yeah, this time is healing. You're also might be having like a private, this feels like it would be a cozy dinner with like literally lighting, like dim lighting, with a friend or a couple of friends. Yeah, you guys might get together, maybe like watch something. Look how they're all on the couch, eating snacks, watching something on the TV. This does feel like it's reunion. Now, if this is someone that you're interested in and it's this person, let's say that there is a positive shift this week that does happen. you know, the Five of Pentacles tells me you may not see them enough or connect with them enough or get enough out of the situation. But overall, it feels like you're ending the week pretty good. You're reflecting, you're kind of glad. I'm almost getting like, oh man, I feel so much better than I did the other day, or, you know, something like that. And like I said, I do feel like some of you guys might be having like a night in. We have Six of Pentacles. This might even be like a little bit of a, I don't know, do you guys do like potlucks with your friends, or someone brings one thing and someone else brings another? This is giving an energy of let's get together and watch our favorite reality show, or let's talk about, you know, I don't know, this feels fun. I mean, you guys could be getting together to study, but this more so feels like a cozy night in. It feels like the circle is tight. It's the green circle. um, all right, my collective, that's a little bit about what the week ahead may have in store for you, what the energy is looking like. Overall, it does feel like a little bit of a coasting through, which is more than okay for us in the year of our Lord 2025. Listen, let's dive into the zodiac portion. So feel free to check your sun, moon, rising, Venus. I don't know, as far into your chart as you'd like, or as you feel comfortable. If not, then just stick with your sun sign. Um, and if you listen all the way through, you might even find that some of the other messages might relate to you as well. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective by zodiac sign, please. What else can they expect? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. All right. An extra message for Aries, please. Aries for the upcoming week ahead. All right. Seven of Pentacles. So, all right. So you're like, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm laughing because you're like, I don't give a fuck. That's the first thing that came through with that Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords in reverse. You're being very, very blunt and truthful about where it is that you're spending your time, your energy, and your money. And right now you're prioritizing on getting back to fun, or you're getting back to spending time doing things that really matter to you. This is giving healing my inner child, or feeding my inner child, whether that's through shopping or watching your favorite old nostalgic show, whether this is carving out time and being very honest about, no, I can't do that because I'm going to go and do this other thing. And that other thing might be reconnecting with people that you really love, or doing something that you really love. This is giving the energy of this week. It is, you are like, I am going to be doing me, and that thing I'm going to be doing, it's going to take me back to what feels good. And that's what's important to you. So, oh, I like the star. So this week you're definitely prioritizing, you're prioritizing your time, you're scheduling, and you're making time for the good stuff, for the fun stuff. You guys might, I mean, this is giving the energy of, you know, going with your friends, no matter your age, and going to like an arcade, or one of those like little go-kart places, or playing an old game, online game, or something that you guys love, or yeah, visiting, you know, something, someplace that you used to love going. So it's fun. All right. Let's check it out for my Tauruses. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get a message for Taurus? Message for Taurus for the upcoming week ahead. We have Five of Swords. Oh, you guys got a lot. Okay. So we have the Five of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Lovers reverse. So you're going to spend a lot of your time this week possibly being really stuck in your mind, or thinking back to the past of what happened. What did I do? What could I have done different? It just feels like there's a lot of ruminating here. I do feel like you are trying to take some kind of action, but it does feel like it's going to require a leap of faith. And that Lovers reverse tells me that you're just not really sure. And being a Taurus myself, if you're not really sure, I mean, if you're anything like me, that to me is usually a no. If I'm not really sure, it means it's a no. But I do think that you guys might have someone try to flirt with you, or you might have someone invite you out, or you may find yourself in a situation where you have the chance to be open to a new experience, but it's going to be up to you to kind of go for it with that full card. Take that leap of faith. It does feel like this week does bring a new interaction of some sort, whether it's a new place that you're trying, that you tried their food and you hadn't been there before, or maybe you were a little adventurous And, you know, I don't know, maybe you sparked up random conversation with a stranger with that Fool card, and it felt really fun. Again, there's something here where the interaction, it's fun, it's possibly flirty. It does give you an opportunity to plant a new seed as to how to proceed. But this Five of Swords is telling us that you may be in your head. Let's just pull one more for you for that Lovers reverse. Why the Lovers reverse? The Strength card. So it could be ego holding you back, or it's just going to be needing to be bold and brave and facing something in order to have this new beginning. Okay. It has to do with partnership, I feel like. All right, let's continue. Let's give them one good shuffle. All right, my Geminis. Thank you, Spirit. A message for my Geminis for the upcoming week ahead. All right, Gemini, please. Upcoming week ahead. Gemini. We have Justice. Upcoming week ahead. Six of Wands, reverse. Okay, Witch, Knight of Pentacles, and Judgment. Okay, so it feels like this week, some effort or some kind of recognition that you feel that you should have gotten. It doesn't feel like you're immediately going to get that. Now, this could even be, I love that the Witch card is right next to the Six of Wands in reverse. This is almost giving me like, I told you that was going to happen, or I warned you, or I knew it. It's almost like I knew it, but maybe no one else paid attention, or you feel maybe you even kept it to yourself. Six of Wands in reverse sometimes can tell us about not getting attention or not being recognized. Maybe sometimes, though, it could also feel in certain readings that it's maybe we're not putting ourselves out there. We're not being recognized for something that we may be kind of doing or knowledgeable about. Now, a Gemini hardly ever kind of keeps things to themselves, but you know, who knows about your other placements. So just take it how it applies to you. But this Justice, the Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, and Seven of Swords in reverse tells me that you're on a path to authenticity. Now, this also tells me that someone in your life could possibly, I know this is random, but it's almost like they could pretend not to see you. Or there's something here where it's like, hey, did you not see me? I know you did. But it's almost like with time, there's a deeper knowing that you have of the situation. And I feel like you see a lot of truth to it, or there's something here. I also want to tell you that I feel like with this energy, there's a lot of rebalancing of you trusting yourself. And there might be even a long-term goal that you're kind of thinking of. This week might also be about slowing down as well. Maybe you're wanting to stay in with that Six of Wands in reverse. I did say attention. So it's like, maybe like, don't look at me. I want to be on my own, or I'm going to work on my thing, or I'm just kind of focused on what I have going on. All right. All right. I feel like these have been going good. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Cancer, a message for Cancer for the upcoming week ahead. A message for Cancer for the upcoming week ahead. All right. We have Judgment and Seven of Swords in reverse. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get a message for Cancer for the upcoming week ahead? A lot of truth. All right, so this week you're making a judgment call about a partnership. Now that partnership, it could be romantic, or it could be a business partner, a best friend, or even the relationship that you have with yourself. Now, this does feel like there's energy here of you're kind of seeing how people show up in your life. Do people kind of promise that they're going to do things and they don't? Now, these are people that mean a lot to you, or that you could feel like you have a strong connection with. But this week, I feel like it's going to call for you to be real or be realistic, or speak your truth about maybe, like I said, if it's like someone that keeps saying something, they're going to do something and they don't end up doing it. Or you could even be realizing something about romantic connections in your life. We have Six of Pentacles, and then we also have the Five of Swords. So someone's actions or something that's going on right now, it might leave you kind of like wondering, like, is there more I could have done? Or why are they doing this? What was that about? It does feel like it's ruminating energy. That Five of Swords does talk about like inner conflict, or like mental conflict, when we kind of can't get past something, and we just keep going over and over, going over it over and over. Now, if you're dealing with someone romantically, they could, or someone that you might be interested in, a crush, anyone that you actually kind of see, run into, or talk to online, you know, that you connect with, you guys could have some kind of, we're going to say some kind of, why can't I think of the word? I was going to say situation. There could be some kind of there could be something that comes up between you guys, where it leaves you wondering, like, wait, are they interested or what is that? And this could be this person is testing the waters. Yeah, someone here is trying a different approach to make something happen. But I don't necessarily see that this week is the week that we're going to make a big breakthrough. All right. So I hope that made sense, my Cancer babies. I like how I went blank with the word encounter. There we go. Some kind of encounter between you and someone. Oh my gosh. All right. That was Cancer. Let's move on to Leos, our baby Leos, who I'm sure are so sad that their season is coming to a close. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for Leo, please, this upcoming week ahead. Happy birthday to the late Leos in the season. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Leos this upcoming week ahead. What's going to be going on for them? We have the Hangman, the Emperor. Okay. You're focused on work, or you're like dominating something here. We have Two of Wands. So you're planning on laying kind of low or just going with the flow this week. It's like you're letting people come to you, or you're really like, it's almost like enjoying, you're like basking in the energy of like recognition or your success. But you're doing it from the comforts of fill in the blank. If it's your own home or your own mountaintop, your own beach, it's like Leo is owning it and they're not moving. It's very interesting. You're like, nope, you're coming to me. If you need me, if you want something, if you need something from me, you need to come to me. This is very empowering energy. There's also Aries coming through. If you guys own your business or are trying to get something going this week, I feel like it's going to be a very powerful week for that. Like even those of you might be, someone could be so random, but someone could be starting to work with like a personal trainer or something like that. This does feel like it there's some kind of recognition, or there's some kind of like yes moment. Ace of Cups. So you're going to feel really good. This week feels really good for you. You're not in the dumps. If you guys, if it is your birthday and you were feeling birthday blues, it feels like you're going to get all the love. You're going to get all the love without even having to post that it's your birthday, or without even having to maybe go outside. Okay, you guys, I also see, if that's the case, if there is a reason for people to gift you things, I do see things being delivered to you unexpectedly. All right. Okay, Virgos. Thank you, Spirit. A message for Virgos. Virgos for the upcoming week ahead. All right. We'll start here. We'll do the Eight of Wands. Okay, you guys could be going somewhere. You could be going somewhere that you really love. Or you could be asked to maybe do something that grounds you. If you were feeling conflicted or a lot of kind of pressure, a lot of things going on in last week, it does feel like this week is about movement. Yeah, you guys could be going somewhere by yourselves. We have Ace of Swords in reverse. This is giving the energy of I wanted someone to come with me, but it's not happening. This is also giving the energy of maybe there had been disappointment that had been going on, but this week it feels like something, you kind of do something, you get out of your environment, and it really helps replenish you. Um, People could be coming to you this week for like your encouragement, or your, it's like your sweetness or your empathy or how you understand people. They could be coming to you for your advice, and that's the Three of Swords that I'm picking up on, that it's not necessarily you. Is this my group number? Or I mean, unless you're involved with different people. Page of Swords, you guys could be oh, be careful, bestie. If you are messaging different people, be careful not to get your messages crossed, because I see someone saying something, it's like a, they stick their foot in their mouth, or we're like, it's a cringe moment. If that's not for you, that's not for you. But if you're someone that is possibly talking to different people, that could happen. But there's also, besides that, there's also a feeling here of miscommunication or being misunderstood. Don't pay attention to any drama that comes up for you online. For those of you that have platforms, people are on one lately. Don't let them drag you down. I see you doing good. I see you focused on your health, your wealth, and I see you taking care of the things you need to take care of, including other people. All right, Libra. Messages for the collective, for my Libras, the upcoming week ahead. All right, we have the moon reverse, Libra, the upcoming week ahead. All right, so you guys could be getting a New some kind, okay, I was going to say job offer. Interesting. You guys could, there could be something coming up regarding your job, your home, or a long-term plan, or your family. There's something here that's being revealed. Now, for those of you that this is regarding work, you could have an opportunity to have like a part-time situation, or someplace that wants to test you, I guess, or test things out with you. Page of Swords. You could be going back and forth. Why the Devil reverse? Messages for Libra. There's some kind of communication coming in. Knight of Swords, but it's not really moving. Okay, so it's important for you to take this slow so you don't end up in a situation where maybe a toxic situation, or some kind of addiction, pattern, codependency, or just some kind of bad vibe. So it's important for things not to be impulsive and to move slowly. Now, you might be like, oh, they're not interested, especially if it's a job. You might think they're not interested, or they're not this, they're not that. I think they're weighing their options, and you're going to be hearing from them. If there was this is so random, someone lives in a big apartment complex, like one of those that have different buildings, and you drive and then you get to the building and then there's parking out front, um, someone lives in one of those kinds of things, and it's best for you, like, first of all, don't do anything impulsive. So old you, if you would have reacted to like a neighbor or the management or something in the building one way, it's best to just kind of hold back for now. But I think there's some kind of information, or there's some kind of back and forth that's going to happen, that's going to it's going to be slower, but you're going to have like a better resolution, or it's going to allow you to kind of communicate differently or ask the right questions. Okay, now that's what I'm kind of picking up. I know that that was random, but that 10 of Pentacles, it does involve your world. So your home, your job, your career, or a long-term, maybe even partnership. I'm not really picking up on another person, more so than a circumstance or a situation. Okay. So big news, or I guess big message, I should say, is realizing it's best to slow down, or something is going to take time before you hear back. All right. After Libra, Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit. The Scorpies out there. A message for the upcoming week ahead for Scorpio. We have the Devil reverse. We have the Fool. Okay, you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're doing something different this week. It does feel, oh, this is nice. This could even lead to like a long-term kind of legacy, or a long-term change, or you're willing to kind of revisit something. Some of you guys are like celebrating an anniversary of, yeah, it could be like a year or something that's closing out. 10 of Wands. This is a good week for you guys. You guys are enjoying spending time with your family, or spending time at home, or going back to work. I do think that you have a different perspective on these areas of your life for some reason, and you feel less burdened, or you feel like you don't need to take all of this on your own. You could have even been realizing that this devil energy may have been self-sabotaging, making you feel this pressure that maybe didn't need to be there. So I do feel like you are coming through in a much more like positive mindset. You could have been feeling like things weren't enough, or there was lacking resources, or left out, or maybe feeling lonely at some point, feeling like you were carrying the burdens on your own. And this week it feels like you're in a lot better space. You guys could have a new experience, or go somewhere new that helps you kind of break out of some kind of pattern or routine that was becoming a little bit of a holding you back, perhaps. It doesn't have to be anything major. This could even be going to a different business in the neighborhood that you normally went to, or doing something different. Okay, I do see you guys going somewhere different, and it helps expand your mind and your horizons, and it helps you view things differently in a more positive way, is what it feels like. All right, let's see my Sagittarius, please, for the upcoming week ahead. Message for my Saggies, the upcoming week ahead. Thank you, Spirit. Sagittarius, the upcoming week ahead. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my Saggies, the upcoming week ahead. We have Queen of Pentacles and King of Wands. Wow, you're really focused on your health, your wealth, your well-being. Whoever needs you, other people. If you guys, this is giving like the teacher that gets it all done, the teacher that keeps other, maybe the principal in check, or the kids love them, or that could even be describing you in your work atmosphere or in your home life. This is someone who really steps into their role very comfortably. It's interesting though, because I feel like you're keeping people or things in check, but in a loving way. We have the strength reverse. You're saying, all right, come on, this is what needs to happen. Let's do this. And you do this because it's almost like you know what's best, but you're also here to help better things. It's like I am making the world or my environment or this situation or my life or the people around me, we're moving on. We're going to go to calmer waters. We're getting to a better place. Like I said, for some of you guys, it could be involving someone else with that King of Wands, but it doesn't have to. Seven of Swords, even if you lack, even if there's parts that you're like, okay, I'm not 100% sure about that, but we're going to do this anyway. You may kind of hide that. You may hide that you are sometimes maybe not as secure, but this week it feels like even though you're not 100% sure, you're like, nope, time will tell. And you're feeling very confident in that. And because of that, though, I feel like this is the kind of risk that's kind of like worth it, Let's pull one more on that Seven of Swords. Messages for my Saggies. Eight of Swords, you could be lying or hiding information until the right time, where you're like, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And then if we need to tell them that detail, we'll tell them later. It is giving that. It is giving, let's seal the deal and then let's tell them. Not in a super shady way, but in an almost of like, I know it's going to be okay, but let's just not shake things up just yet. All right. This is a wait to tell or a wait to see. But I think you're in a good position this week, Saggy. All right. I hope that made sense. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Cappies. Thank you, Spirit, for all these messages for our collective. What about for the Cappies, the Capricorns in the collective? What does this upcoming week ahead look like for them? Thank you, Spirit. What is this upcoming week ahead for Cappies? We have Seven of Cups in reverse. We have a Star. Okay, so you guys are seeing a lot more clearly. Maybe things that you thought were an illusion or things that you thought you wanted. Maybe there's something here that you've spent your time, energy, and money doing, and now you're like, okay, is this kind of turning out the way that I want it to, or where do I want to take things? This is coming from a very hopeful place, but this is almost like I needed a reality check, or I just gotten a reality check. There's something here that I can't ignore about what results that I want or what I truly want in the situation. So how can I change this to be in my favor? So I feel like this week you might be in the strategizing or in the really thinking about what's the best approach. Where do you want to continue to spend your time, your energy, your money? What is it that you want to make happen? The good news is, Cappy, is that you have all of the resources that you need at your disposal. The only thing that is coming up for you as a little bit of a block to overcome is that Five of Swords, which is overthinking. We have Temperance in reverse. Oh, because it's frustration. You lost your patience, or your patience is going to be needed, and or this is just you're just really in your head over it, or putting a lot of emphasis on whatever this dream or this thing is that you want to make happen. All right, so there's just a reevaluating of your time this week, maybe having to move things around. I do feel like certain things that maybe you wanted to get accomplished this week, you may not be able to, even though I see you doing a lot. You're just frustrated because that thing that you really wanted to do and get checked off the list, it might need to wait, or something might come up. All right. Life happens, right? But overall, it seems like it's going to be a week, a good week. All right. Who's next? Oh my gosh. How could I even say who's next when the ghosts of the channel, the Aquarians, are always popping up? I draw in a lot of Aquarius suns into my life. Actually, I think big Aquarius placements, or anyone that has a lot of Aquarius. So, and air signs in general. But if you find yourself drawn to the channel, and you have a strong Aquarius placement, that could be why. Lots of my friends, I've had many amazing, wonderful Aquarian women friends, best friends actually, even growing up. All right. Very beautiful. All right. The week ahead for Aquarians. Temperance reverse. The week ahead for Aquarius. The world. All right, so there's an ending of a interesting. So I see that there is a cycle that's kind of closing, or you're ready to kind of embark into this new life chapter. This would be like a big life chapter. So I do want to tell you guys, of course, your first three cards are major arcana. So this goes beyond this week ahead. So yes, this energy is present, but this energy isn't just going to finish this week just because, yeah, this feels like it goes beyond that. This feels like it's months and months. Now, this feels like you're really frustrated over a cycle closing or something new beginning, but at the same time, you're repeating some kind of cycle, or there's some kind of repetitiveness here where you're missing a chance or missing an opportunity, or at least that's how you could be feeling this week. You could be feeling like you keep missing your chance, or like the timing isn't right again. But I'm telling you, that world with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's almost like the cycle is ready, the universe is ready, but let's face it, you're a fixed sign. You struggle with change to some degree. I mean, all fixed signs do, so take that how it hits. But so this could be how you're showing up. Let's see. Page of Swords, King of Swords. So communication is an issue here. So it seems like you're really uncomfortable over the circumstances this week, and your usual shutting down isn't feeling, and I mean shutting down communication or going cold. You know how you are. Don't take offense. You know how you are. Because this King of Swords in reverse, we know, we see Aquarians do that. Any air sign really, where it's like, I will mentally, you just kind of go cold, or I will go almost like very stoic, but there is some communication here that is happening. And it feels like it's repetitive, but your thoughts there is this very stubborn energy here that is coming through. What's bothering you so much this week? All right. What is this? What is this for the Aquarian babies? What's bothering? What's this repeated? Maybe you feel like you just can't get shit done this week because of schedule or routine, because it just feels like you're just kind of, it does feel annoyed. I hate to tell you, it does feel annoyed. The Magician, but no, you can. Three of Pentacles in reverse. You feel like other people aren't cooperating with you. Or maybe you feel like you're trying to do what you can. I do want to tell you, you have everything you need to make whatever it is happen. You do. It's just a matter of figuring out what approach you want to take, or how you feel, or how you think about it. But this week, it doesn't really seem like you're there. This week, it feels like you're kind of annoyed with maybe you feel like you're working with other people and it's just dysfunctional, or it's not working with this Ace of Wands in reverse and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you feel like you're not supported. This is kind of feeling a little, I don't know. It's not the first time you're here, is what it feels like. So this week, let's just say for you, it just feels like it's a little frustrating. And it feels like it has to do with time and repetitiveness and missing an opportunity and trying to make something happen. You could be trying to make a conversation happen, but you feel, I don't know what happens when you try that. What's the cycle that's coming to a close for Aquarius? Eight of Wands. It's go time. It's like fast too. Maybe you guys are traveling the world, or going somewhere, because this is like jet, like airplane, like go. It's go. Let's go. Yeah, the cycle is closed. We're ready for the next phase. And this is also telling you to slow down and smell the roses. See something for what it is. By the King of Swords in reverse. Hierophant in reverse. Oh, you're uncomfortable. Oh, you're uncomfortable. Okay. Yeah, no, I can see that, but I get it. I could tell tapping into the energy. And of course, you guys are the only ones that I pull this many for. But this is talking about maybe something just is like, we get that you're not into the traditional or the norm, or you don't want to conform, or something is like way like far off. But at the same time, they want you to view something differently about your approach, and how that might be keeping you, or keeping things, or keeping the situation from moving on, moving ahead, or like getting to a better place. Maybe you're also kind of viewing someone differently. Maybe you're seeing someone again with that Hangman reverse. There's like a revisiting here, okay? Oh my gosh, listen. That's what I got for you, Aquarius. Let's see how your your buddies, the little fishies, Pisces. Thank you, Spirit. The upcoming week ahead for Pisces. Upcoming week ahead, please, for Pisces. Thank you, Spirit. The upcoming week ahead, please. What can Pisces expect in the upcoming week ahead? Thank you, Spirit. What can they expect? Queen of Cups. Four of Pentacles. You're letting something go. You're releasing a grudge, or you're getting out of your comfort zone, or you're being more free with your love. This could even mean like you buy, like, you know, a houseless person like food, or you help someone out. You know, it's almost like you're giving from your own you're giving from your own pocket, perhaps. This is very giving, but it's coming from a place of, I let that go. I'm no longer holding on to that. This could also feel like you feel more free or liberated getting out of a certain routine, or just like I said, there's a surrender. There's a focus. Oh, you guys could be spending money on like home stuff, making it nicer, or you're maybe sprucing something up, or you're getting ready to celebrate. This is the energy of, I do feel you're making your house really nice. There could be some conflict that comes up, or some kind of drama. Maybe that's what you're letting go. I do think that you're letting go of whatever, you're just like, whatever, because something's being revealed to you. Yeah, Death card. It's an end to some kind of conflict, and it does bring healing this week. If you guys are parents, or if you guys like work in a position where you take care of others, where it's like you're the elder, or you're the mentor, you're the one that people come to, I feel like you're really going to be shining this week. Maybe that's the drama that you're kind of diffusing. Look at the little high fives here, between Millhouse and Bart. So maybe you even help people get along again, or you help unite people through some kind of conflict. But this is, like I said, about letting go, and lots of healing. Okay, it feels like home is a good place to be, or home or work is a good place to be this week for you. And like I said, some of you guys could be spending to make your home better. And even though maybe it's not the best time to buy these things or to do these things, I do feel it ends up being healing. Or at the end of the day, you sit there in your home and you see that new thing, or you see that fridge that you needed, or the thing that, you know, uh, that you had to make happen. And you're like, oh, yes, this was the right thing. This is what needed to happen. If there is some kind of tension, or some kind of grudge between you and someone else, then you let it go. Again, at the end of the day, you're going to be sitting there, let a deep breath out and say, okay, this is better. All right. There is an energy here of things not always being fair or being balanced, but this week it comes to an end. All right. My collective, that's what I have for you today. You guys will have to let me know if you liked how I added um, the the horoscopes at the end by zodiac sign. I used to do monthly horoscopes here on the channel all the time. I love horoscopes. That's pretty much the only tarot that I listen to. But yeah, over time it became a labor of love, because I feel like once the channel kind of finds its own rhythm, and you guys, I feel like you come to me for pick a cards, which I understand. But your tarot lady is getting kind of tired of the pick a cards. So as long as I have the energy to keep providing additional content, I will. But yeah, let me know by liking this video, subscribing, of course, and leaving me a comment down below if you don't mind coming out of your little turtle shell and saying hi. I would love to hear from you. But that's what I got for you, my babies. I wish you the best week ever, and join me here tomorrow, or whenever you watch this, Monday through Friday, with with another pick a card reading. All right, I'll catch you the next one. Thanks, guys.